Swag on the beat.
Swag on the beat.
Swag on the beat.
Hello and welcome to the Swag on the Beat podcast. We are back for
yeah.
another week and we are pumped. And Isaac, how are you?
I'm good. I'm pumped. I'm just a little bit more pumped than you, I think.
Okay, yeah,
Just
but my pumpage is rising, so we could
Wow.
be even very soon.
Okay.
Mike doing a heavy metal headbang over on the side there, which we love.
double time
It's
headbang.
a new dance every week.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the thing we have at the top of the show. Mike does a different dance every single
Look, I'm
week.
going to be honest, the reason I did that is because I couldn't think of a dance, so it's not a good idea.
I'm intrigued to see what else
Yeah.
you can come up with.
Yeah.
And we for the follower of the week
oh,
this week.
yes, the new follower
Well,
you were.
well,
no, we didn't forget.
No.
We didn't forget about
What
it.
it is this week
What's
is
happened?
we are actively choosing to keep Tim, aka Recycle Instagram handle, as a 2-week layover follower on the
For no
podcast
particular reason.
Oh no, there is a reason because it's not like we forgot to do
it's not like
it
we
this
forget,
week.
yeah.
It's because we actively chose, and the reason that we're keeping it for 2 weeks is exactly because of that reason.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's why we're
right on
keeping,
Tim, and just keep in mind, keep sending them in. Not forgetting about it.
Yeah, it's unlikely that this 2-week period will
go
repeat itself.
Yep.
Although maybe it will at another point in the future.
But please, there's been some great send-ins.
Yeah.
And we have checked all of them.
Yep.
We will check them.
But well done, Tim. The world record holder for longest
world record holder.
podcast
Longest
follower.
world record holder as well, somehow, whatever that means. No, but huge show, huge amount of things are happening for us.
Humongous.
We've got a big show coming up, but both of us wanted to take the top of the show to announce something to the listeners, which we're very, very excited about. Big announcement. We, over on our main page, Swag on the Beat, we have reached 1 million followers. Which
big
is
1M.
Which is crazy. The big 1M. It looks like a much smaller number compared to 100,000, blah, 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 whatever it is. So we decided to throw a 1 million follower party, which is going to be
All the
huge.
sound effects, I
We've
can
locked it
hear
in. The
them
sound
now.
effects going crazy. Mike is bashing the keyboard there, making sure they all come in.
Mike, can you stop bashing the keyboard? It's actually
Please.
distracting.
It's over. It's up.
Million follower party.
Yep.
It's going to be massive. Where we've locked in a date,
A date
and a location,
a place.
So it's going to be August 30.
August 30
at the Hotel Railway in Brunswick.
Yep.
That's a Saturday.
Yep.
And
so if you can get there, we would love to have you. It's going to be about 1,000 people.
I think that's about capacity. Yeah.
It's
So
going to fill the joint out.
Yeah.
Now here's our that's locked in. We are very close to securing drinks. For free.
Our aim, our vision for this
everyone
party
has the best night possible.
is for it to be a leave your wallet at home party.
Yeah, leave your wallet at home party.
Which I just thought of then, which is pretty good.
Great, that's great.
But so we're working on. It's going to be free entry.
Free entry.
Free
drinks.
We're working on free drinks, free food.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. I don't know what else you need.
What else
Free
you
toilet.
need?
The toilets are free.
Giveaways.
Yep.
Giveaways. Here's an example. We have multiple giveaways. Here's an example of one of them. Fender have come on board, and they're going to help give away 5 guitars.
5 guitars.
5 guitars.
We've got
Fender.
a full hand of guitars.
Real guitar.
Yep.
A full hand. Yep.
So you're actually a pretty decent chance. If it sells out, you're a 1 in 200
Not to
chance.
mention the other giveaways that we can't mention now.
Yep.
So,
but that's where we're trying to make it.
we're so pumped about this.
Yep.
It's going to be massive. We've got heaps of our buddies coming. You might know them. We're going to say anything now, but
we just wanted to say thank you to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone along the way, especially podcast listeners, everyone who's been active in following and commenting, and just everyone that's been interacting with Swag on the Beat over the time. We're so stoked with.
It's a thank you back.
It's a massive thank you for everything that you guys have done, helping us get to this stage.
Yep.
And so we are obviously going to be there, roaming around, having a good time, and hopefully not spending any money as anyone else will be there. So get down. We'll definitely announce when the tickets are going to be on sale. It won't be before next potty, but you'll have to get in quick because such is the nature of free stuff, which everyone loves.
Yeah, and it'll be announced on the main page. So watch out for it, and then the tickets you'll get on the website.
Yeah, and when it's locked in, we will talk about on the podcast when it's going to be on sale, so that the podcast listeners can have a great chance.
Yep.
But yes, we want
everyone to come. We want everyone to come.
We want to meet you all. We want to say g'day. We want to have a couple of.
And
free
we're thinking,
brewskis.
could we go a bigger venue? But then it's not quite the right vibe. So this place is kind of that perfect.
It's got a great courtyard,
great vibe,
great outside area, massive indoor area. It's a beautiful pub.
It's going to be massive.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hopefully we can deliver on all those promises.
Yep. We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted, but that's the latest we've got.
Yeah. So we're working on the sponsorships, and we're soft locking in some at the moment, and once we have them confirmed, we'll announce them as they come. Yep. But we're absolutely pumped. Yep. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be almost as big as the rest of this show. So let's get into it.
And Mike has actually crafted a little bit of transition wizardry with some new transition noises. So let's hear one of those now, please, Mike. Jack, we do a fair bit of travelling together, and last week was one of those times. We went to the Gold Coast together.
Yep.
And
as we spoke about last week.
And something at the start of any trip is a little bit of a battle that goes on between, I think, mostly men that are travelling together.
Right.
And that battle is who can bring the smallest luggage.
That's always a very show-offy thing.
And I did win that battle on the Gold Coast trip. I had my backpack that was able to be kept on my back and off the ground at all times, whereas you wheeled a suitcase with wheels.
But a carry-on size suitcase.
Carry-on size.
We had checked baggage. Well, I had a set of golf clubs, so I lose immediately.
But no, I think that can be counted out. Because I didn't have any check-in.
Athletes concession.
Even though you probably had more pockets to store more stuff in, you still had the bigger carry-on than me. So it's a battle of who can prove to the other men on the trip that they can take less stuff than the other guys.
It's kind of like a survival thing. Yeah. It's like who would be best placed to interview Bear Grylls sort of a thing.
I can survive in a foreign place with less stuff than all you guys.
That's the battle. That makes me better.
Yeah, that makes me better. And it's a battle that you'll never win against your dad. Is the number one rule.
That's interesting.
Well, my dad at least. I don't know about your dad, but my dad has been known to take only carry on to an 8-day family trip to Southeast Asia.
Wow, that's very impressive. Southeast Asia warm though, so I think singlets, but that's very impressive.
His logic is, how many days are we going for? I'll take half that many tops. I'll do one load of washing.
Okay.
I'll put undies and socks in there.
Wow.
And then if I need any long pants or long sleeves, I'll just wear them to the airport.
Wow.
And then that's all of my...
That's extremely...
All of my stuff.
Efficient.
And my passport.
Yeah,
The rest fits into a bag.
Wow.
But I guess it's kind of just an indication of, who is more of the world and able to use the skills that they possess and that they've learned to survive in a foreign place.
I think maybe my dad's attitude would be similar, but he would be very quickly going, well, I'll just buy it. If I'm there and I need it, I'll just buy what I need.
Okay, so that as in he would pack lightly as well because of that.
Probably, but I can't really remember how Dad packs, but like I would say that he would very quickly go into, if I need a jacket, I'll just buy a jacket.
Yeah, okay.
Like sort of thing.
I can't remember if this was my dad or if someone else we were traveling with, but he intentionally didn't bring undies because he for that reason, he just said, I'll just buy undies there. I'll buy a 5-pack of cheap undies there, which is a risky game. And the reward is not that great because they don't take up that much space.
Yeah, and you're probably just walking around, New York with a 5 pair of undies going, wow, how good is it to be here? Frank Sinatra's playing and I've got 5 undies in
yeah. So each their own, I guess. Yeah. But Mike, we've recently spoken about your new suitcase that you perfectly fit all your podcasting
and no
gear
one
in.
made
Shout
fun
out
of you.
to Belroy. Thanks for not making fun, guys.
Yes.
Really
are you? What sort of traveler are you? Are you a light traveler? Would you take a suitcase that size?
I think more recently I'm a big backpack guy, like especially if it's just a couple days away,
Yeah, great.
Shove it all in the backpack.
I think as well, because I'm a backpack guy as well. I think automatically you get points if you're wearing a backpack versus if you're rolling a suitcase on the ground. Because it's a little bit like, why do you need to roll it on the ground? It's so heavy. What do you got in there? You got your hairdryer and your hair straightener in there. You got all your purple shampoo.
All your guy stuff. Yeah. Well, I do use purple shampoo for the frosteds.
Did you bring it to the Gold Coast?
No, I didn't bring it to the Gold Coast.
I don't know. The size of that suitcase, I could only assume.
Yeah.
So you're a backpack guy as well, Mike?
Yeah, and I think like you said, you just look cooler. We did Japan in 2017. 3 mates from school, rucksacks.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Rucksacks, which is already cooler than a suitcase.
Yeah. And did you amplify the coolness by just slinging one strap over the shoulder, or rucksacks? It's a bit harder than that.
It is much harder, but I am a one-shoulder guy for backpack all the time.
It's like whenever you drive past the people at school and everyone's got their bags hanging, like slapping against the back of their legs. It looks so uncomfortable. But we definitely did that back in the day.
For sure did it.
Crank the straps all the way to the bottom.
The bag has to be ended by the time your back starts.
It's more of a leg pack.
Yeah, it's a leg pack.
But yes, no, we went to the Gold Coast, and then I don't know if you remember, we were going through the baggage check, and there was actually a bit of a hold up
Okay.
Like we were waiting in the baggage check on the way to the Gold Coast for a while. There was like we couldn't tell if it was our bags or someone else's bags because it was like under that little Toy Story scanner thing, so you don't know what's going on in there. But we were kind of, you're like, I'm sure there's nothing sketchy in there, but I'm a little bit concerned.
Yeah, it is a bit worrying.
I just want my bag to come through.
Yeah.
And I think you got stopped in the scanner with your arms out as well.
Because I was trying to make a joke to you, but you went before me, so you weren't looking at me. But you're supposed to go stand like a scarecrow, basically.
Yeah.
And
Feet
I was
on
like,
the marks,
I
arms out.
just assumed you would be looking at me or could see me, and I did like Egyptian hands like this, like
one up, one down,
up and down. Yeah. But failed, and the guy's like, "Can you stand normally?" I'm like, "Yeah, fair enough."
Fair enough. Well, we didn't know why we were getting held up at the scanner, at the baggage scanner.
You never know.
Yeah. Well,
do you
until now?
Oh, okay.
Because one of the guys who was working at the baggage scanner listens to the pod.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, I noticed that you guys got stopped at the baggage check.
Really?
And he actually got his hands on a recording of that moment, and I'm going to play it for you now.
Who was recording?
Oh, what's going on here? Is there some contraband in this bag?
No, I think it's just the size of the suitcase.
Oh, wow. Hang on, I can see on his boarding pass he's only going to the Gold Coast for 2 days.
I know, it doesn't make sense. Like, look at this green backpack that the guy standing next to him is taking. It's so much smaller.
Well, his friend must be the more experienced and superior traveller of the two.
Exactly. This guy has clearly travelled a lot. And not only that, but it indicates that he's probably successful in all other aspects of his life too.
Yeah, clearly, if you don't need much stuff when travelling, it signifies that you don't need to seek out much assistance in any aspect of life, because you possess all the tools and skills you need to face any problem or situation.
So do we need to search his bag?
Nah, I don't think we have time, honestly. It'd take us all day to get through that wardrobe.
All right, just send it through. There you go.
Wow.
That was the reason for the hold-up.
Wow, incredibly crisp recording as well. Wow. So who were they talking about?
Oh, it was yours.
They were talking about mine.
Yeah, because they said the green backpack of the guy he was traveling with, and I was wearing a green backpack.
Right. So was he? Which one was he in that recording? The guy that messaged you about this?
I'm not sure. He didn't specify. He just said I have the recording.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, right.
I thought the information of the guy next to him with the green backpack was enough to deduce that it was you they were talking about.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
and also good to know if you are trying to smuggle illegal things across the border, just put it in a big suitcase, and then they won't check because they can't be boarded. It's a suitcase.
It was a backpack sized. It was a backpack with wheels.
It was a hard cased, cute rectangular.
Yeah, but for the
suitcase.
record, it fits in carry-on. It's a carry-on size.
That's just these are the airport workers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not, and I would never argue with the airport guys. They sounded like idiots, but they're clearly not.
Jack, it's time for another round of.
I wanna know where that saying comes from. Wow. Yes. And if you're playing along at home, guess who did the low part and who did the high part for a little bit of extra trivia before the actual trivia?
Yeah, just put in your guesses below,
guys.
So
let's go. We actually had an external suggestion from someone in Mike's Corner this week, so we're not sure actually.
Sent to my direct number.
Wow.
Not the preferred, but
it's very intimate by this person.
Yeah, we can post Mike's direct number.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen. If you see the screen below, you'll see Mike official home phone number
Pretty
from
much it doesn't
childhood
have to,
and his mobile.
It doesn't have to be podcast related. It can just be anything, any time of the day.
And we might as well put his address as well, just to make sure, in case people don't have a phone, they want to rock up.
Sounds good.
Anyway, yeah.
You may remember a few weeks ago we did the prank call on, I think, your cousin's husband.
Luke, yeah.
Luke.
Oh, that you play paddleball with?
Yeah.
Not pickleball.
Not pickleball.
Not pickleball.
Strictly not pickleball.
It's paddleball.
Paddleball, Luke. Yeah.
So I will grant him, he's got my number from that. So he's gone straight to my number. He says, Mike, you sneaky paddle court operator.
Oh, that's right, because you were acting as the
I was. What was my name? I did a fake name.
God, I can't remember.
Someone will know. I'm a big fan of the etymology of words and origins of sayings.
Wow.
Here are a few of my favourites if the segment needs them and you haven't already lined them up.
Well, now, hang on. Before you go ahead, this is what I'm concerned about. Jack and his name's Luke, right?
Luke, yeah.
Are teammates in paddleball.
Yep.
And he was seen going into bat for you, pardon the pun.
Okay.
When put to the test of where his allegiance lay.
Yeah.
So I'm questioning whether or not Luke has done a dodgy and worded up Jack on these sayings already.
No.
Because they're on the same team.
No.
And the only way I'm going to be convinced otherwise is if I win. And if Jack wins, then I'm going to be crying foul.
But from memory, this game, there's no winner. You're just on a team.
Yeah, it's a team sport anyway.
So I think we never figured out.
We're trying to. So join me on the cheating. We can both cheat.
Okay, you just tell me what it is.
There's a screenshot on screen of my entire text history, and it doesn't say anything about this. So
you can delete messages, mate.
But also, I'll say this: he sent in about 7 or 8 sayings, so we've got this segment looked after for a few months.
Okay.
And the first one, I've actually looked up the origin. If Jack got this off the bat, it would be remarkable.
Okay, so cheating.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, for the record, no cheating, but yep.
Okay, well,
that's what all cheaters say.
Shall we get into it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I want you guys, this is courtesy of Luke.
Okay, thanks, Luke.
What is the origin of the saying or the phrase to steal someone's thunder?
Ooh, steal their thunder. Wow,
it's got to be when Poseidon and Zeus were fighting up in heaven.
Greek mythology energy.
And Zeus was like, hang on, Poseidon, hold your trident. I'm going to rain down some thunder over Turkey, I guess. Yeah. Because he's Greek.
Well, it was probably, that would have been Greek at the time.
Yeah, true. Because, Greek invented everything. Yeah, correct.
That's interesting. But Mark, whoever Mark is, but Mike also said it would be remarkable if we got it off the bat. So is that a remarkable path to go down? Stealing someone's thunder. Like, could it be stealing someone's thunder? Oh gosh, maybe it's something to do with like early when electricity was invented. You know, you could divert someone else's power to your house, and it's like stealing someone's thunder, so you could have a warm night. And
maybe thunder is like an old school euphemism for farting, and then back in the day when it was like seen as like a really impressive thing of who could do the loudest fart.
Yeah.
Then someone would do a really loud fart and go, guys, did you check out the fart I just did? And someone would go, hey guys, I just did a fart.
Right.
That was my fart that you heard.
Right.
It wasn't Craig's fart.
They weren't running around with a jar trying to get it.
No, he just people would like claim that the fart was theirs and they would steal the thunder of the original fart.
I thought you were going to say someone does a loud fart and then someone just does a louder fart straight away.
Yeah. Good too.
And then
so it is fart related.
No, sorry, it's not.
Are we anywhere? Are any of those 3 attempts anywhere near it? Do you think?
Not really. Like it doesn't have to do with literal thunder either.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. So specific. That's why I mean.
What is there another interpretation of thunder that we could possibly come to?
Is it pre-AC/DC?
Yes, it's it's 18th century. If the
18th century.
So what kinds of entertainment were there in that sort of era?
Classical music.
Yes, but play. No. Yeah, okay. It has to do with a play.
Okay. Well, it's after Shakespeare. Well, I mean, Shakespeare would still be getting played at that point. Jeez,
it was kind of on the out though.
He was on the out. Like, yeah, It wasn't. It
was retro by that stage. So when does thunder happen in plays? I guess the sound effect would have to happen live.
Okay, like Isaac has just to use a pun. Isaac's just struck lightning, and I would continue along the path that Isaac has just said.
When they tried to. I'm thinking about when it's a round of applause and people would stamp their feet and it sounded like thunder. But no, where did you go?
Oh, I was thinking if a rival playwright wanted to sabotage someone's play, they would take the drums away or the noise-making apparatus that created the thunder, so it ruined the vibe.
Okay, no, but you're so close with the sound effect and rival play.
Really?
Yes, you're in the right territory.
Plays would happen, next door to each other, and one play would be really loud with their sound effects, and it would ruin the other play's performance.
When they split the Colosseum in 2, and it was like, guys, keep down over there.
The Globe Theatre, maybe.
I think you're as close as you will get. Do you want me to tell you, or do you want one more clue?
I think spill.
I think beans that need to be spilled, which is also a good one.
I'm just going to read it as it says, okay? So a playwright called John Dennis in the 18th century wrote a play called Appius and Virginia that he created a way of simulating the sound of thunder. No one came to see the play, and then a few weeks later he went to see a performance of Macbeth, and they were using his method of simulating the sound of thunder. So they stole his thunder, and he said those words.
That is crazy.
That's so specific. That is so specific.
Saying that's so widespread use today.
That is crazy. It happened from that event.
And the quote
Is he still getting royalties every time someone says that phrase?
I don't know.
The thing that's amazing about this is a lot of the sayings we've done previously is they're things that can happen in almost anywhere in the world at any occasion, but this is only could ever have happened once, really.
Yeah.
And he reportedly exclaimed, "That is my thunder, by God. The villains will play my thunder, but not my play." That's the quote from Dennis.
I'm impressed that they managed to capture his reaction to finding out. Given there was no one at any of his plays, it was lucky that there was someone there when he found out.
Wow, that's hilarious.
There you go.
Thanks,
Like
Luke.
you
That's
did
great.
pretty well.
We had a bit of help from you, I would say, but I think we've got a pretty good record.
I'm going to take the kudos.
Yeah.
But we're all on a team.
You're all on a
That's
team,
the
yeah.
unique part about being on a team where someone knows the
The
answer.
answer. Yeah, okay, sweet.
We seem to do quite well. Yeah. Isaac, before we get started with this segment, I'm going to need you. We haven't done this before, but I'm going to need you to turn around, please.
Okay, bit of a warm up, couple of push ups.
Yeah, just a couple of wall stairs behind you, if you don't mind. Okay, and everyone, if you have visual capabilities, turn it on now so you can see what's happening. But I'm just going to take one moment.
Okay. Jack has removed his head. Okay, I see what he's doing. He is.
Okay, turn around, Isaac.
Oh,
Okay. Now you might be.
Whoa!
Well, it's very weird not having the headphones on. So let me just put those.
Oh, how's that going to go? Okay.
How's that going to go?
I like it.
Okay, I've just put a what could only be described as a cowboy hat.
Yeah, a straw cowboy hat.
A straw cowboy hat. Well, it's the only one I had that was available to me straight away. But
It kind of looks more like your mum in the garden kind of hat.
well, it is my partner's hat, so that's okay. Anyway, so I'm glad you noticed that I was wearing the hat.
I'm pretty perceptive. I've got to wake up pretty early to get one past me.
I just wanted to announce that I am the latest member of the cowboy community.
Okay.
Not only because it looks awesome, as you guys would obviously agree with, not because I look like I'm gardening, but because I'm a tough cowboy guy.
Okay.
But because it is objectively a necessary thing that needs to happen. It needs to happen. And because what is the number one thing that cowboys do, guys?
Herd cows.
No. They collect their bounty. I'm a cowboy on a mission sent from Mars, eating bounty to keep them alive. Eating bounty, let's keep them alive. Wow.
Very nice.
There
very
has
nice.
been, let me just say, like, I'm loving the cowboy energy, but can we just say there has been overwhelming support for the bounty
So much
in the
support,
last week,
yeah.
and it has pumped us up no end to
Yeah.
the point where I'm trying to wear headphones underneath the cowboy.
Please turn your camera on so you can watch the struggle that's going on right now.
I can't even think about
Just
what I'm
don't-
saying.
You're going to have to not move your head. Oh, there it goes.
It's funny because we put so much thought into the cowboy hat when Jack told me, but we couldn't have planned for this.
Yeah, I know. No way to plan for this.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I appreciate that you're wearing bounty-coloured jacket at
yeah,
the moment.
yeah, I am. I'm a bounty
Got the
man.
uniform on.
I'm a company man. But
Yep.
so basically, thank you so much for all the messages. There's a lot more support for bounty than we thought initially, I think.
Yeah.
And that's got us pumped up. But
Very
just-
vocal supporters.
Just for people that aren't aware or didn't listen last week,
I think just leave it.
I think
It's fallen off.
that's
That's
gone.
fallen off.
That's gone. But for people that weren't across it last week, we brought up that bounty is actually on the outs in a lot of ways, and it is ranked as the least popular chocolate bar.
Couldn't believe
and
it.
has a high chance, and has been previously, of being taken off the shelves.
Couldn't believe it. And after thinking about it after last week, and the saying of the coconuts kill more people than sharks.
Right.
I think because that's such a well-known phrase, I think bounties have got a bad rap, and people associate them with death.
Yeah.
And they think, I don't want to eat this because I'm thinking of death when I eat this chocolate bar. So I think that's what's contributed to it giving it a bad rap. So I think we should stop saying that.
Yep.
And everyone knows it. Everyone knows sharks don't kill people. So everyone just chill out with the coconut stat. Okay.
Yeah. No coconut hate.
Yeah.
Anyway, also, I do remember last week, Isaac, you brought up a point that you said you didn't like about bounties, which was the only thing is when they're too big.
Mm-hmm.
But I walked into multiple service stations during the week just to see the old boy there on the bottom shelf, undeservedly. But they actually packaged them two separate bars. So in the packet.
Right.
So it's never they've done it perfectly. There's nothing wrong with this bar because the majority of bars that look big are actually two separate ones. So the ratio of coconut to chocolate never really goes off.
So does it say king size or does it just say?
No, the biggest one I could see there had two separate bars that are normal size inside it.
Okay.
So it's like it's made for friendship and it's made for sharing with people as well. So they've got all bases covered really in the bounty. Now I finished the segment last week saying I had some ideas on what we could do. Had some thoughts on what we could do. So I wanted to talk to you today about what those actually were. Now, the overarching thought would be that we have a National Bounty Day in attempt to try and save this chocolate bar from being taken off the shelves because we love it. And by the amount of people that sent in, there is a lot of love for it as well.
People
so
love it.
It would be devastating for this amount of people to lose it.
It would be a national shame.
Interested to hear your thoughts on what if we agreed to go to a particular service station. I mean, you can buy Bounty anywhere. You can go to the supermarket, service station, confectionery shops, whatever. But if we go to a service station, everyone's in cowboy hats because we're looking for our Bounty, okay? And that's the vibe. And we walk in there and we try and just everyone gets a Bounty. We take photos. We make it happen. Put a Bounty on your head.
Bounty hunters.
With the Bounty hunters. We join the brigade of Bounty hunters, okay?
A couple of dogs.
Because we need to. I think this effort needs to be made in order to save the thing. And if you can't make it to the service station that we choose on the day of Bounty, you go into your local service station, supermarket, confectionery store, and show us a picture with you and your Bounty.
Okay, I'm glad you added that point at the end because I think if we all just went to the 7-Eleven and bought out all 13 Bounties, I don't think that would make too much of a dent in the Bounty sales.
But we need Bounty hunters out in the world that aren't near where we are.
Yeah.
To make sure that it's like it's an even spread of economic growth across the country because if they take it out of one place, they'll take it out of the whole place.
Yeah, I love it.
A lot of momentum here. We won't announce the day yet, but I think that that's sort of the general plan of, and also, in the weeks leading up to it or now, if you have a cowboy hat, show us you got a cowboy hat so we know you're on board with it. But I think that should be the basic premise of the day.
Yeah, I like it. I think I'm going to go, I'm going to put a bandana underneath so I can be a cowboy bounty hunter.
Yeah,
both.
Great.
Double whammy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
well, we should stress cowboys often in fiction do go in like stick 'em up kind of vibes.
Yeah.
That's not the idea of the day.
No, absolutely not. No.
You do have to
It's a non-violent cowboy. We are non-violent cowboys.
It's sort of a reverse bounty hunter as well. Because once you get to the bounty, you pay for it and then leave.
Yeah. It's a completely legal and above board bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Which is the new age, maybe.
That could be our gang name. Yeah. the legal and above board bounty hunters.
Yeah. If you want to join, all you have to do is let us know, and we will. More information coming.
I love it.
This is get bigger and bigger. I want to talk to people about it. And,
I want a bounty now. I'm already excited.
Well, do we have to save it for Bounty Day? Kind of against the idea of saving them, but also, would it be better for the injection to the economy? Who knows?
I think get them as well.
Yeah,
as long as
you save yourself for Bounty Day.
Promise that it
Don't
doesn't
overeat beforehand. Save yourself for Bounty Day because we will be in there. I think we should do a 6-hour stint of just Bounty time.
Yeah, well, we promise that if you are going to get a bounty,
servo.
then you're still. It's not going to take away from your coming to the Bounty Day. You can get as many bounties as you want up until Bounty Day, as long as you promise your attendance.
Great. So final word, everyone, get on board if you want to. See if you can find your cowboy hat, and we'll have more information to come.
Legal and above board bounty hunters.
Yeah,
out.
More to come.
Jack, we've spoken about it before on this podcast, but you suffer from a rare condition called Mono-syllabis-nicknamia, which is
I do.
One syllable for both your first and last names, which makes it very difficult for you to be given nicknames.
7 letters total.
7 letters total.
Yeah.
And so I'm here to cure you of this affliction today.
Oh, really?
Yes. We've spoken about some of the brief nicknames you've got over the years. You copped a very condescending Jackie boy from one of our friends, Scotty, who you were working with for a bit.
Yep.
Sayboy 7 was kind of thrown around back in the primary school days.
Sayboy 7. Yeah, that was probably the one that got the most...
but I think I feel like you've probably grown out of that one. I think.
Yeah, I got called Say Boy on the weekend when we were we had that lunch with Harris.
I mean, it's not Harris, a good mate from primary school days. That's probably why it got brought back up. But I feel like I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like you've probably grown out of that one. Say Boy.
Yeah. I guess it is an older nickname. Yep.
Yeah, and so I've copped Gibbo and variations on my last name Gibbons.
Yep.
Which is a pretty Gibrat, Gib Dog, Gib Tech,
Yep.
Gibberella.
Yep.
I think when you have...
It's a nice prefix to most things.
Yeah, and Isaac with 2 syllables, you can just drop the second syllable and put any... Izzy, Izza, whatever.
Yep.
And Mike,
Sack.
your name, Radio Mike, is a nickname. And your name, Mike, is a shortening of Michael already.
Yeah, high school I was a Libber.
I was, Libra.
Surname
wow.
is Liberale.
Liberale, you've got Liberale, Rales.
I actually started going by Mike because when I finished high school and started meeting new people, I didn't want to be like, "G'day guys, I'm Libber," because I just thought that was really lame.
That is very weird to think of you as a Libber.
Yeah,
the names we know you by now.
Wow.
But I think
So what you're saying is you guys are in surplus of nickname potential for your names.
It's like some people are drowning while others starve. You know? If only we could palm off. If Michael Liberale could palm off some of those syllables to you.
You can lead a Jack-say to the nickname water, but you can't make it have a nickname.
Exactly.
Like you can have Libber if you want. We can just call you Libber.
That is kind of funny and random.
I don't need it anymore.
Well, that's how wealthy he is.
Yes. So the only example of the 2 one-syllable names I can think of is actually a bit of a reverse. Our friend Nick Jack has both one syllables, but he kind of gets the full name. Nick Jack, because it just flows off the tongue. So that kind of counts as like a reverse nickname because it's longer, but just still works. So what I want to do is to help you find a cure, aka a nickname,
right?
And with the help of the listeners, because also I need something.
So
I need something else to say at the start of the segments other than Jack.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, but I do say Isaac at the start of the segment.
Yeah, but there is other stuff at your disposal should you choose.
Yes, right.
Maybe I won't choose to use anything else, but I just want to have the choice.
Okay,
right.
Okay, great.
Pigeonholed with only one option.
We're creating more tools to be able to service the show. Great.
Exactly,
I love
yes.
that. Yep.
And such is the nature of nicknames, being that you can't choose them.
Yeah.
Or you don't have any say in the matter, which we found out from your brother's friend, Call Me Diesel.
Yeah, one of the all-time nicknames.
Who tried to get his friends to call him Diesel. And they
and 4.7, my knees hurt as well.
Yeah,
the famous Year 9 student who only got to 4.7 in the beep test and claimed that his knees hurt.
Yeah. So,
Wasn't there 2 canoes? Your friend 2 canoes?
2 canoes. He was walking around like this.
with the arms out
for
wide.
the people that can't see, arms out wide, wide chest. Looks like he's holding 2 canoes.
But
a classic.
But the example of Diesel, this guy, he said to his friends, "I want you to call me Diesel," and so they ended up calling him "Call Me Diesel."
It's all time.
You can't try and have any say in your nickname. You just have to let it happen by osmosis.
And credit to me, I haven't pushed anything for the last 20 years.
Absolutely credit to you. So I want everyone to acknowledge that credit to Jack and help me to come up with a nickname for him. So I think...
Oh, you're not going to put any forward. You're saying
maybe I will put one forward, but I won't. I don't want to tank
purely
the
from the
listeners.
people. I
purely
love that.
from the people.
Yeah,
so
great.
I think the people can send in what they think, and then maybe I will compile it into a top 4-ish.
Yep.
And then people can vote on the top 4.
So I don't even get to vote, do I? Like
I think you shouldn't get to vote.
Okay.
Because if you vote, then word might get out and people say Jack's voting for this one. Don't vote for this one because he can't have what he wants. But
maybe I can have what I want. Maybe people will side with me. So who knows?
A dangerous game you played there, my friend, my nameless friend.
Yes.
So I think for the sake of people coming up with these nicknames, because nicknames frequently have something to do with your hobbies, your upbringing, your appearance, your job, whatever.
Yep.
I think now this is the time for you to have some kind of influence over what the nicknames are, because I think you should give everyone a little bit of a
context,
just a brief rundown.
It's an interview. It's an interview,
or just like a little bit of information about yourself,
Yep.
so you can give them some fodder to think of the nicknames and exercise a little bit of control over what people are thinking of. Mm-hmm. So if you just want to take it away with a bit of a 20 to 30 second, this is who I am, this is what I like, because that might be what people use to go, oh, well then let's call him this. So take it away.
My name is Jack. I am doing a podcast right now. I do sketches online. We sometimes do live stuff. My favorite instrument is guitar.
Mm-hmm. Left-handed as well.
Left-handed guitar.
That could be good.
I like to surf. I'm getting back into surfing.
Mm-hmm.
I golf a bit.
I'd say
golf a lot.
Brazilian music is in there with the guitar.
Yeah, the guitar stuff. Yeah, so subcategory within guitar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nicknames can come from any sized category. They
that's
main
true.
Category.
That's true. I I don't know what
Okay,
else to
time's
say.
up, mate. That's good. That's all the fodder the listeners need.
They can go from outside.
Yeah,
they can
absolutely.
go from wherever.
That's
That was
just
just if you need it. Yeah, if you really don't know me at all, that's fine.
Yeah.
Use that 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I feel like I nailed it.
Yeah. I think you did too. Okay, so if everyone can send in your suggestions for Jack's nickname into podcast@swagonthebeat.com, or you can message our podcast Instagram page, Swag on the Beat Podcast.
Yep.
And I will be reasonable in the choosing of the top 4.
So you're not going to consult me?
Well, I'm not going to, as much as I'd love to call you Stinky Butt Brains or Little Man Boy.
Yeah, no, you have to cut those because they will influence people.
Well, maybe it's reverse influence. Maybe they'll choose not to. I think for the sake of a level playing field, we should keep them in. Okay, that's what I think. But no, I'm going to be reasonable, and may the best nickname win, or may the best 4 nicknames get to the next round. And then we can reconvene after. Yeah. So send them in, and I'm looking forward to calling you something different.
Nice one. Isaac, I've got a just before we jubby coming up, which is the which is a jubweg, which is a just before we go.
I think it defeats the purpose of the acronym.
Just to make sure people who aren't across the acronym, just to make sure they know what's going on. Now, we have been having some fantastic pictures sent in, even some sketches sent in of people who got their hands on one of the top 50 hats of the board members. So we thank you, board members, for getting on board and for asserting yourselves with the correct energy into the Swag on the Beat fray. Yeah. So that's awesome. Now
get on board.
Get
that's
on board.
Yeah,
get on board. That's great. Yeah, we should have it on the hats. The next run of hats. Get on board.
Nice.
I just wanted to say, we're seeing all of them and we're loving them. Heart reacts, whatever it is. We'll try and reply to all of them. But I just wanted to find a way to express how special it is to be a board member, and what it actually means. So I did some quick maths, which I'm sure you'll appreciate. If you were one of the people that got a top 50 hat, you are in the top 0.027% of listeners.
Wow.
So 0.027%.
Epic.
You can write that on the hat if you like. You can write that on your hand. You can tell people as you're walking around. If you meet someone with that hat as well, you can quote that number, and that really tells you how rare it is to be a board member on the Swag on the Beat podcast show.
It's like an unofficial Spotify Wrapped.
It is. It is like exactly. Yeah, top listener. Absolutely top listener.
I think we would even probably go. Oh no, they go to a pretty long decimal place of
more than 3 decimal points.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
we're working
Spotify, on it. we like Spotify. No, that's good. So anyway, that's just a little bit of things. Thank you so much for sending in.
And that
pictures.
number is only going to get smaller.
Yeah. Well, one would hope. One would hope.
If the podcast grows at a higher rate than the number of hats that get released.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be our barometer.
We'll keep it below 0.1 is the aim. I think we'll try and always keep it below 0.1.
We don't want to flood the market.
There's too much inflation.
Hats.
Yeah, okay. So guarantee if you become a board member in the future, guaranteed 0.1. Otherwise, at the moment, 0.027.
Yeah, so congratulations.
Yep, amazing.
You can put that on your resume.
Yeah.
Unofficially.
Yeah. Well, hats off.
Yep, see you next week.
I'm a cowboy. On a mission. Oh, that's high. That's high. What am I? I'm a cowboy. Flat as. On a mission sent from Mars, eating bounty. Oh.